To make the batter for the pelmenis, you need to first measure flour. Then season with some salt, about 1 to 2 teaspoonfuls. 1 can of sour cream or creme fraiche, so 200 grams. Goes in. And 2 eggs. And now just mix everything until you get a nice smooth consistency with your hands. So once you get this pasta dough kind of consistency, don't worry if the dough is not absolutely smooth at this point. You can continue working it on the cutting board when you will be forming the dough. So now I'm just going to cover it with a tea towel and leave it aside. For the meat, for the pelmenis, you want to take 700 grams of minced meat, then season it with salt. Again, about 2 teaspoonfuls of salt, and then also season it with some black pepper. So also about 2 teaspoonfuls. This is all the seasoning I put in them. You can also put some onion if you like, but I don't like the structure of the meat. If you like, if you add onion, so I'm gonna keep it simple. Now I'm gonna mix it all in together. So by mixing the meat like this, you make it more tender, so it becomes softer, and also you get all the seasoning mixed in. I'm not going to use all of the meat for the pelmenis, so I'm going to divide it. So 200 grams I'm going to leave aside. And I'm going to use those to make these small kind of meatballs that you can use in soups. To make the pelmenis or the Russian dumplings, you will need a dumpling cutter, a dumpling maker. If you don't have this, you can also use a cookie cutter or a glass with a small diameter. I will put the measures in the description box so you will know which kind I use. And also I will show you how you can close the dumpling without this dumpling maker. But if you have this, then use this because it's gonna make your life a lot easier. Also, I've covered some cutting boards with cling film to place the dumplings on them, to place the pelmenis on them before I'm gonna freeze them. I've dusted my cutting board or my surface. I take a small piece of the batter and keep the rest covered with a kitchen towel so it doesn't dry. Or the dough actually. Now you want to work the dough a little bit with the flour. So you get it smooth. So if you didn't have it nice and smooth beforehand, that's when you can get it nice and smooth. And then this is easier to do standing. So you need a rolling pin. Then you want to roll out the dough. I want to get the dough quite thin, but not too thin, so not so that it's see-through, because then they will fall apart easily. Now you just want to cut, if you have the dumpling maker, then with the other side of the dumpling maker, you can just cut the pieces. And now I'm gonna be forming the dumplings, the pelmenis. So if you're using this form, the dumpling maker, and just press the edges slightly and take about 1 teaspoonful of the meat, place it in the middle, and then just close the sides, but keep pushing the meat so it doesn't come in between the closing edges, and then press together. And if you have some leftover on the edge, you can just take that away. So that's the ready dumpling. And I'm gonna place them on the cling film cutting board. If you don't have this, I'm gonna show one how you can make them without the dumpling maker. You just need to take same amount of the meat, place it in the center, and then do the same what the dumpling maker makes, but with your hands. So you just start pressing the edge with your fingers like this. Just make sure it's closed well. So smooth that out. And if you want, you can leave them like this, or you can also close them this way. This shape might be more known as the Pelmeni shape. Once you have made the pelmenis, cover them with a cling film and freeze them in a freezer for about 2 hours, and after that you can transfer them into freezer bags.